Mexican authorities are searching for a popular social media influencer from Phoenix who splits her time between the Valley and Sinaloa, Mexico.
This is the story of Nicole Pardo Molina, an influencer known online as La Nicolette. From the outside, her life looked like the algorithm's dream come true. Luxury cars, designer clothes, flawless photos, and the confidence of someone who seemed untouchable. She had hundreds of thousands of followers spread across Instagram, TikTok, and OnlyFans. Her brand was bold, hyper-feminine, and unapologetically flashy. And at the center of that brand was a vehicle so loud it was impossible to ignore, a custom lilac Tesla Cybertruck, instantly recognizable wherever it went. But on January 20th, 2026, that image shattered in real time. In broad daylight, in an upscale neighborhood of Culiacan, Sinaloa, Nicole was violently abducted by armed men. The kidnapping wasn't just witnessed, it was recorded. Her own Cybertruck cameras captured the moment she was grabbed, fought back, and forced into another vehicle at gunpoint. That footage leaked online and spread across social media like wildfire. Within hours, La Nicolette went from influencer to international headline. As the internet spiraled into speculation, ransom theories, cartel rumors, publicity stunt accusations, the truth began to surface. And what it revealed was far darker than viral shock value. Nicole's abduction wasn't random. It wasn't about money. It was about territory, power, and the deadly cost of fame in cartel country. This isn't just a kidnapping story, it's a warning. Before she became the face of a terrifying viral video, Nicole Pardo Molina was 20 years old and deeply fluent in the digital economy. Born in Phoenix, Arizona, to Mexican parents, she held dual U.S.-Mexican citizenship, a fact that would later become critically important. She grew up navigating two cultures, two identities, in two worlds, moving fluidly between the United States and Mexico. In recent years, she had largely based herself in Culiacan, the capital of Sinaloa. On social media, she presented herself not just as an influencer, but as a businesswoman. She ran a jewelry shop and a clothing boutique, supplementing those ventures with income from online platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and OnlyFans. Unlike many influencers whose businesses exist only online, Nicole had a physical presence, brick-and-mortar shops in a real city on real streets. And that mattered. Her local fame exploded in 2023 when the popular regional band Grupo Arriesgado released a corrido titled La Muchacha del Salado, the girl from El Salado, a reference to her family's hometown. Corridos have long been part of Mexican storytelling, but modern corridos often blur into narco corridos, celebrating wealth, power, and outlaw lifestyles. The song went viral, racking up millions of views and cementing Nicole as more than an internet personality. She had become a symbol. She leaned into a buchona aesthetic, a style associated with glamour, luxury, and confidence, often linked culturally and controversially to the partners of powerful drug traffickers. Designer bags, sculpted makeup, expensive cars, bold poses. Online, it was content. In Culiacan, it was something else entirely. Because Culiacan isn't just any city, it is the historical stronghold of the Sinaloa cartel, one of the most powerful criminal organizations in the world. The city is beautiful, vibrant, and culturally rich, but it is also fractured by invisible borders controlled by rival cartel factions. In this environment, visibility is risk, fame is exposure, and branding decisions are never neutral. Nicole's boutique reportedly sold clothing and accessories featuring imagery linked to cartel figures, including Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. In another context, that might have been edgy marketing. In Culiacan, it was dangerous. Selling merchandise that glorified one cartel faction in the territory controlled by another isn't just bad business. It's provocation. Her life looked free, luxurious, and empowered. But it was also confined by forces she didn't control. A golden cage, beautiful on the outside, lethal if you forget where you are. January 20th, 2026 began like any other day. Just after 5 p.m., Nicole was outside a shopping center in Isla Musala, one of Culiacan's more affluent neighborhoods. She stood near her lilac Cybertruck, a vehicle so distinctive that it had become synonymous with her identity. Then, without warning, a white Toyota Corolla pulled up beside her. What happened next unfolded in under a minute. At least three men exited the Corolla. One was masked. At least one was visibly armed with a long gun. The Cybertruck's built-in cameras captured everything. The approach, the grab, the chaos. Nicole fought back. She tried to retreat into her truck. She pushed against the men, attempted to slam a door shut, and resisted with everything she had. It didn't matter. She was overpowered, forced into the back seat of the Corolla, and driven away. The car sped off, leaving her Cybertruck behind, parked, empty, and glowing purple under the streetlights. A symbol of status transformed instantly into evidence. The footage leaked quickly. Whether through hacking, insider access, or deliberate release remains unclear. But once it hit X, Twitter, Telegram, and WhatsApp, there was no stopping it. Millions watched an influencer's worst moment on loop. The internet erupted. At first, disbelief dominated the conversation. Some users, conditioned by influencer culture, questioned whether the kidnapping was staged, a publicity stunt, viral marketing gone wrong. But those theories collapsed the same night. The Sinaloa State Attorney General's office issued an official missing persons alert. Authorities activated Protocolo Alba, reserved for cases involving missing women believed to be in immediate danger. This was real, and it was urgent. Law enforcement response escalated quickly. Local and state police mobilized. The Mexican army became involved. Because of Nicole's U.S. citizenship, the U.S. consulate was notified, adding international pressure. Investigators focused on one primary theory: cartel involvement. Culiacan is not a single unified territory. It is divided between factions of the Sinaloa cartel, most notably Los Chapitos, aligned with El Chapo's sons, and Los Mayos, loyal to Ismael El Mayo Zambada. Isla Musala, where Nicole was abducted, is widely believed to be under Los Mayos' control. Here's the problem. Nicole's branding and merchandise allegedly glorified Los Chapitos. In cartel logic, that's not branding, that's allegiance. The prevailing theory among investigators was chilling. Nicole wasn't taken for ransom. She was taken as a message. A high-profile figure publicly associated, whether intentionally or not, with a rival faction operating businesses on hostile turf. Then came another disturbing development. A video began circulating online showing a woman resembling Nicole reading a prepared statement, allegedly confessing to working with the cartel. Reports indicated the video was authentic and recorded under duress. This tactic is well documented. Forced confessions used as psychological warfare to justify violence and control narratives. At this point, the case crossed a line. This was no longer just a kidnapping. It was cartel theater. For 4 days, there was silence. Nicole's family waited. Her followers waited. 2 governments waited. Then on January 24th, the update came. Her missing person poster was changed to one word: localizada. Found. Authorities confirmed Nicole Pardo Molina was alive, physically unharmed, and reunited with her family. The governor of Sinaloa, Ruben Rocha Moya, announced the news, citing coordination between Mexican authorities and U.S. officials. But the announcement raised more questions than it answered. No rescue details and no arrests, no suspects. The next day, Nicole appeared publicly at a church service in El Salado, her family's hometown. She was emotional, visibly shaken. Standing beside a priest, she thanked the community for their prayers, candles, and support. She did not explain what happened. When approached by the media, her response was brief: "I'm not giving any statements at the moment." And that was it. Nicole Pardo Molina survived. That alone sets her apart. Most influencers who become entangled, intentionally or not, in cartel politics do not walk away. Her release is widely believed to be strategic. Analysts point to her U.S. citizenship as a key factor. Holding or killing an American citizen invites international scrutiny that even powerful cartels prefer to avoid. But survival doesn't mean closure. No one has been held accountable. The men who abducted her remain unidentified. The official motive remains unstated, and Nicole herself has disappeared from public view. Her lilac Cybertruck, once a badge of success, now stands as a warning. In places like Sinaloa, visibility is vulnerability. Fame isn't protection. Clout doesn't translate to safety. And flirting with narco culture, even aesthetically, can carry consequences that no algorithm prepares you for. Nicole's story is a case study in how digital influence collides with real-world power structures. The internet rewards boldness. Cartels punish perceived disrespect. Somewhere between those two systems, a young woman became collateral damage. She rolled the dice and survived, but many don't. What do you think? Was this a direct warning to Nicole for her business and branding choices? Or was she simply a pawn in a larger cartel war? Drop your theory in the comments.